Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome. And welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, today on the Ryan Awesome Show, I'll be talking about AEW Dynamite for January 20th, 2021. Now, overall, it was a decent show. It was an okay show. It wasn't a great show. It wasn't a perfect show. It wasn't an awesome show. It was a good show. It was a good show. But yeah, even though it was a good show, they still like they still had like we had questions like what? Like when I was watching it, I was like what? Like what is going on? It was a lot of questions. Like to me, it was a lot of questions. And so yeah, that was it. But yeah, for this episode of Dynamite, it was negative one's Brody Lee Jr.'s birthday celebration. And so yeah, we started off the show with the birthday celebration of Brody Lee Jr. And so yeah, the Dark Order, they came out all together. They came out to the ring, and we had the birthday cake for Brody Lee Jr. And they were chanting happy birthday. The crowd was chanting happy birthday, and they had the birthday cake. They was singing happy birthday to Brody Lee Jr. And then Chaos Project, Chaos Project, that's Luther and Serpentico. They came out and they interrupted the Dark Order. And, they were talking trash to Negative One, saying that they don't like children, and they were belittling him. They were harassing him in the Dark Order. And so yeah, Chaos Project and the Dark Order, they got into it, and then TH2 came out to even the odds. And we had the match. We had the match between, it was the 8-man tag. It was Hangman Adam Page, John Silver, Alice Reynolds, and Cole Cabana versus Chaos Project. That's Luther and Serpentico, and TH2. That's Jack Evans and Angelico. And so yeah, they were brawling outside the ring. This is before the bell rung. So they were fighting outside the ring, and Hangman Adam Page, he came out. His music plays. He came out, and he just dove onto everybody that was out there. He ran to the ring and dove on everybody. And so yeah, we started the match. We had a double team move to Angelico from the Dark Order. We had a butterfly suplex to John Silver from Luther. We had a big boot to Angelico from Adam Hangman Page. We had a spine buster to Evans from Page. We had a outside moonsault from Adam Hangman Page onto everybody. So yeah, he did his moonsault, his signature moonsault onto everybody. And then we had a triple backdrop. So it was a triple team move. It was a triple backdrop from Page, Silver, and Reynolds. So Adam Hangman Page, he had John Silver and Alice Reynolds on his back, and he just backdrop onto Serpentico. And then we had a springboard 450 splash to Alex Reynolds. And we had Adam Hangman Page, he at one point power bombs Jack Evans into the crowd. So he's taken out. And we had Luther. He tries to power bomb. He tried to power bomb Colt Cabana through the table. Through the table where it was on the stage where the cake was. And so he tried to power bomb him through the cake. And so right after that we had Brody Lee Jr. He came out with the kendo stick, and he just hit Luther with the kendo stick. And so right after that we had Colt Cabana. He just smashes Luther into the cake. So Luther, he has cake all over his face. And then we had a buckshot. It was a triple team move. We had a buckshot lariat combo It was a buckshot lariat German suplex combo from Silver, Reynolds, and Page. And so, and that was it. They won the match. We had Adam Hammer and Page, John Silver, Alex Reynolds, and Coco Banner. They win the match. And right after the match, we had -1. He hits Serpentico with the kendo stick. He hits Serpentico with the kendo stick, and he throws his papers. He had like a roll of papers in his pocket. No, 10 handed him the papers. 10 handed -1 the papers, and then he whacked Serpentico with those papers, paying homage to his dad. And then we had Alex Reynolds, not Alex Reynolds. Well, yeah, Alex Reynolds. We had John Silver and Alex Reynolds. They tried to recruit Adam Hangman Page to the Dark Order, and this is what happened. I have the video up right here.
Will you join the Dark Order? I can't.
And they celebrated too early. They had the confetti out, and the sign he said yes when he didn't say yes. And yeah, the Dark Order, they're kicking people out. The dancing mascots, or the dancing cheerleaders, I guess.
I had so much fun with you guys the past few weeks and months, and I tried to put this off for as long as I could, but you kind of forced me into it for this week. But honestly, I've done the group thing before, and it didn't end well for me. I'm so sorry.
So that's a no.
I'm so sorry. Well, that's not what they... Oh, no! Hangman grabbed the bottle out of Stu Grayson's hand.
And he had a bottle of beer. He had a bottle of beer in his hand. Evil Uno did. He just snatched the beer out of Evil Uno's hand and just walked away. And so yeah, that was it with the Dark Order. Oh yeah, and another thing, the Dark Order, they came out of the babyface tunnel. The Dark Order, they were heels, but tonight they came out of the babyface tunnel. So that's a sign that they're babyfaces now. And so right after this, we had an interview. It was Alex Marvez. He interviews Chris Jericho and MJF of the Inner Circle. And they were hyping each other up. MJF and Chris Jericho was, and they were, they were saying that they were going to win the match tonight. They're going to win the triple threat tag team match tonight and become the tag team of the Inner Circle. And that was it. And I think, and I said this last week, Proud and Powerful should win. They should win this match, but didn't happen. And so, yeah, right after this, we had Sting. We had Tony Schiavone Hills in the middle of the ring, and it was about Sting. It was about Sting. He comes out and he congratulates Darby Allin. He congratulates Darby Allin on, I guess, becoming TNT champion. Let me see if I can find a video. Yeah, he congratulates Darby Allin on becoming TNT champion. And they get interrupted by Team Taz.
First of all, I want to say that there's something that just reminds me about me in you. And I kind of like it, I think you're a phenomenal wrestler. I want to be the first to, in public, congratulate you for being our TNT champ. And second, what I want to do is just make sure that everybody understands I wasn't here to interrupt in the match. I just wanted to make sure that Darby had a straight-up chance to win, that didn't hold on to his title. Shut up. That's all there is. Shut up. Shut up, Sting. Enough. Fair fight my ass. You come out there with a big baseball bat during a TNT title match, and you attack.
Oh, what's going on here?
Ricky Starks. Okay, Darby Allin, during that match, you take your leather belt off and you try to hog-tie the legs. You wrap it around Brian Cage like he's a damn piece of cattle. That's not fair. You guys fight dirty. You guys fight street style. Where my guys, well, we've been gentlemen. Here's the difference. I grew up in the streets. Do your homework on me. These men are street fighters.
Talk about street, yeah. You know what I just realized? We talk about streets. We're talking about street fighters. Here's the thing. You two couldn't see us in the street. Am I right, boy? Couldn't see us in the street. Come on.
No, here's the deal. Starks is right. I say, we take it to the streets. You want to go hard? You want to go nasty? Balls in your court, bitches. What you got?
That's an awkward pause right there.
Sting whispered in.
Sting just whispered something in Darby's ear.
Yeah.
You want to take it to the streets, Team Taz? Be careful what you wish for, because it just might happen.
And that was it. That was it with the segment. Really, it really wasn't a long segment. You know, it was quick, straight to the point. You know, nothing really happened. It just, you know, Team Taz, they just challenged Darby Allin and Sting to a street fight. I'm guessing it's a street fight, and you know, it's a 2-on-4. It's a 2-on-4 situation. You know, the rest of Team Taz gonna get involved. So they're gonna need some backup. Darby Allin and Sting will need backup. They need backup because they're not gonna fight off Team Taz by themselves. And so yeah, that was it with this segment. And then right after this, we had the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks. It was the Young Bucks meeting with the Elite. And so this is what happened. Let's see if I can find it. All right. Here we go.
Matt, Nick, I got word that the Elite is having a meeting here today at Kenny Omega's house. What's going on?
Is that why you're randomly here? You know, first it was the eBay collectors this morning at the airport, now this stooge. I mean, you're here. You might as well come with us. You got a camera. We're about to find out.
Come with us.
Door's open.
Yep. Is that Kenny?
Kenny!
That must
They
be
showed up at his house.
That does not look like him. Nakazawa.
Knack.
What's up, buddy?
Knack.
Where's Kenny?
Where's Kenny?
Oh, we are expecting you.
Yeah. Where is he? He's
Follow me. Yeah, please.
in the kitchen.
Kenny!
He's not in the kitchen.
This way?
Yo, Kenny!
Not here.
Yeah, he'll be right there.
Okay.
He showed him a picture of Kenny Omega and Don Callis shirtless, wearing jeans.
Is that supposed to be done?
It is supposed to be.
That's an oil painting.
It's embarrassing. Jeez. Oh my God.
Yeah, I see you see the painting.
Oh yeah.
I had it commissioned for Kenny for his birthday. Do you like it? It's pretty cool, right?
We like it.
For his birthday.
Yeah.
It's in October.
Why, it's never too late to shop for the god of pro wrestling. I mean, what, you guys didn't get him anything yet? What kind of friends are you? I'm just ripping.
Friend.
Oh, you're just ripping us.
Yeah.
Like kind of like
last week.
Last week, and you humiliated us on national television. You
I
think
meant
you're
to
so
talk
clever,
to you guys
Doc.
about that.
right.
I had someone on my ear telling
Oh,
me
who?
from the production truck. I don't know. I don't hear well. So, but I'm sure someone said to change the thing. I meant to talk.
Oh,
I
really?
apologize.
Oh, so that was on the fly.
Where's Kenny?
How strange.
Kenny was unable to attend this interaction with you guys
At
today.
his own house.
He's very busy.
Oh,
so
that's
so
very
I'm
Too busy to
here.
pick up his phone too lately, right?
Strange.
We've caught him all week.
What number do you have?
What number do I have?
Because no, I'm asking honestly because we changed the number about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. It's just a lot of people,
Changed
a lot
his
of
number.
fans, Marks, old friends were
You had to
blowing up
change his
his
number.
phone.
Didn't wanna
He
get
was interfering with business. So
Couldn't talk to
you
his
guys
best
didn't get the
friends.
new number?
No,
Well, you don't
not
really
yet.
need it because you know where Kenny lives. You guys just feel
Sure,
free to
sure.
come right in here anytime. We're always welcome to have you guys here. It's great.
Oh,
You know,
thanks
come
so
for
much for
dinner.
having us.
Come for dinner. But listen, I think it's good that we're all here because now we can really clear the air. The three people that love Kenny the most.
Sounds like a good idea.
Me, family, and you guys, his old friends. You know, so let's have a chat.
Yeah.
Marvez, I don't know what you're doing here, but you seem to always be around. Can you go? Nakazawa-san, please take Marvez to dungeon.
Dungeon?
It's the wrestling room. It's a workout. It's
Dungeon?
fine. Oh, whoa, take the camera guy. Nice try. Camera guy. No. Leave the camera. You're not shooting in Kenny's house. Go on. Take the camera guy to the dungeon, too. Thank you. Very good.
Can we get to this?
We got privacy now, guys. You guys doing good?
What are we doing? Yeah, let's just cover it.
Look, here's the deal. How long you guys know Kenny?
12 years.
12 years. That is a tremendous investment, in my opinion. And I think that we need to recognize that. I think it's time to come. You guys are very busy. Kenny's very busy. You don't have time to spend that friend time that you used to. So what I'm saying is I've come up with something here that I think you guys are really going to like.
A check.
And, this will kind of compensate you for your investment in Kenny's friendship.
I mean,
we're trying to kind of keep Kenny to himself without some of the old crew from the old neighborhood, if you will.
that
You know
looks
what I mean?
good, except we made that much last week, Don.
Oh,
Hand him a
merch.
check.
You guys are big merch guys. I forgot about that. Let me add in here something for the merch.
This is just like a bribe.
Tremendous merch, by the way.
ridiculous.
Got a few of those
You
t-shirts.
bribing us?
There you go. What do you think of that, kid?
You bribing
it's not
us?
bad. No.
The
Bribe,
audacity
it's
for you
yeah.
to think that you could just buy out a 12-year friendship with our best friend.
That's
When you weren't on those
More of a
14-hour bus
compensation.
rides in Tokyo.
A
You weren't there for the missed birthdays, the anniversaries.
We're best friends
We leaned
with
on
this
each
guy.
other. You weren't there. Where were you, Don?
You know
Where
where I
Uncle
was?
Creepy?
I
Where were you?
was always there helping Kenny. And since you guys are going to, I'm sorry that this has gone this way. But you want to talk facts? You want to shoot guys? Here's your reality. You were great friends to Kenny. Now you're holding him back a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
You guys
really.
are like
We're holding
hangers
him
on
back.
from the old neighborhood, and sometimes you got to cut the cord. Kenny doesn't want to do it. He's too
Cut the
nice.
cord by this.
Kenny's too nice a human being. I'm not.
You know what?
You know?
This
So I'm
offer
saying,
anyway,
that's it.
this money, we used to work for that company that you're vice president for. And you know what?
Talking about
We know for a
Impact
fact
Wrestling.
Those checks are no good anyway.
Oh,
Okay, that's unnecessary.
rip the checks
That's unnecessary.
He's right.
Look,
and
you
threw it
guys
in
are
his face.
bloodsuckers to a
We're
certain extent.
bloodsuckers,
To a certain extent. I mean, you're
This is getting
leeching off of
ridiculous.
Kenny.
No,
what do you think
you're manipulating Kenny. This is getting
Don't
out of
take your
hand.
anger out on me.
Uh-oh.
Don't take your anger out on me. Don't take your anger out on me.
Yeah, that was the end of the segment. They beat him up, and yeah, looks like the Bucks, the Young Bucks, they are not a part of the Bullet Club. So yeah, right after this we had a match. It was pretty Peter Avalon, the former librarian, versus Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson in his corner. And so, yeah. Oh yeah. One thing I want to get off my chest, dude. I do not like Cody Rhodes' new theme music with Snoop Dogg singing over it or rapping over it. And I like Snoop Dogg. I like Snoop Dogg, but him rapping over Cody's music, I don't think it's necessary. Cody Rhodes does not need to change his music. His music was perfect as it was. And I thought they were gonna only use it for one night only, but I think he's gonna continue to use it. But I'm not a fan of the new music, the remix music of Cody Rhodes. That's just how I feel. You might like it, but I don't like it. So we started off this match. Peter Avalon, he tries to attack Cody Rhodes, and Rhodes hits a crossroads. And when he hit the crossroads, I thought that was it. I thought it was gonna be a squash match, but it didn't happen. So yeah, he hit the crossroads, but doesn't go for the cover. He does not go for the cover. And so, yeah, right after this, Jade Cargill, her music hits, and she walks out to the ring, staring down Cody Rhodes, distracting him. And then from behind, we had Peter Avalon. He hits Cody Rhodes with a low blow. Hit a low blow on Cody Rhodes. And then right after that, he targets the leg. He targets Cody's legs. We had an uppercut to Avalon from Cody Rhodes. We had a superplex to Cody from Peter Avalon. And then at one point, we had Cody Rhodes and Peter Avalon. They trade chops, so they were going back and forth for chops. We had a suplex to Cody. Cody kicks out. We had a scoop slam to Cody Rhodes. He kicks out. We had Peter Avalon, he tries to go for a moonsault. Cody moves out of the way. and then we had a leapfrog. So Cody Rhodes, he goes for the leapfrog. It was a botch. It was a leapfrog. He jumped over Avalon, and Avalon's head hit Cody's leg. So it was a botch. But Cody Rhodes, he sold it. He recovered. He was able to recover it by selling the knee. And so yeah, and then we had a tope. We had a tope suicida to Cody Rhodes. A tope suicida to Cody Rhodes from Peter Avalon. We had a Cody Cutter to Avalon. We had a Power Slam to Avalon from Cody Rhodes. And then Cody Rhodes, he locks in a figure four leg lock. Avalon, he reverses the figure four. And then Cody, he turns it right back around. And, he has the figure four lock back on. And then Avalon, he slaps. He slaps Cody Rhodes while he was locked in the hold. And so right after that, that angered Cody Rhodes. And so Cody Rhodes, he was about to do something else. And so Peter Avalon, he just tapped out. He tapped out. And that was it. And so, yeah, Cody Rhodes, he wins with the figure four leg lock. Avalon, he did look good in this match, going toe-to-toe with Cody Rhodes. But in the end of the match, he looked like a wimp, a complete wimp. But that's how he always been treated, like a wimp. And so, yeah, that was it with Cody Rhodes and Peter Avalon in their match. And then right after this, we had FTR. They speak. They're backstage and they're speaking. As Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler with Tully Blanchard, they speak.
This came out. FTR numero uno. And that's where we need to be. But we need the belts.
Right.
That's the bragging rights. That's where we need
Jurassic Express interrupts.
I'm getting sick of this. All right? You guys are supposed to be the best tag team in the world. We are the best. Hey, don't touch him. You know what? You guys just might be the best team in the world. And being in there with you two actually taught me something about myself. Taught me that I could beat either one of you.
Sure. I got this.
Don't let the salt and pepper fool you, Jack, okay? I ain't one of these fly-by-night wrestlers you play with in the ring.
Wrestlers.
I'll fight you next week. And I don't need either one of these guys.
Oh, you don't need these guys to beat Jungle Boy?
Well, if you let me finish, no, I don't need either one of
Then
them.
next week, we'll all be ringside. But I'm going to make sure nobody gets involved.
Shook hands and oh. And yeah, that was it. Between FTR and the Jurassic Express. And yeah, it's gonna be Jungle Boy versus Dax Harwood for next week. And so right after this we had Jon Moxley. It was Jon Moxley's first match back after losing the championship to Kenny Omega. So it's Jon Moxley versus Nick Comoroto from AEW Dark. And this is a great back and forth between these two. Comoroto looked good in this match. And so, yeah, we started off this match with a headbutt to Comoroto from Moxley. And we had chops to Comoroto. And then Moxley, he tries to go for a crossbody. And then Comoroto, he catches him. He catches Jon Moxley and he goes for a running power slam. And then we had a backbreaker to Moxley from Comoroto. And we had a rolling elbow. To Comoroto from Jon Moxley. And we had a Ushi. Goroshi to Jon Moxley. Moxley kicks out. We had a, Comoroto, he ran into the turnbuckle, Bret Hart style. And we had kicks. To Comoroto from Jon Moxley. Repeated kicks over and over and over again. And we had a German suplex to Comoroto from Moxley. We had a clothesline to Comoroto. Comoroto is still standing up. And then Comoroto, he tries to go for a move. It was probably his submission, his finishing move. And then John Moxley turns it into the choke hold, the sleeper hold. And so he chokes out John Moxley. He chokes out Nick Camarado with the sleeper hold to win the match. So John Moxley wins by submission. And right after this, John Moxley grabs the microphone. And this is what he had to say.
Bring the whole city of Nashville.
Oh.
Now, anything can happen on Wednesdays on AEW Dynamite. And things are getting crazy around here. I can't keep track of everything. I can't keep track of who's in the Bullet Club, who's the Elite, who's from Impact Wrestling, but I don't care. See, Kenny Omega thought he would bring his little frat brothers from Nashville to AEW, and they would watch his back. Kenny, all you did was make it more fun. All you did was make it more interesting. More bodies, bigger brawls, more blood, more violence, more necks to break, more limbs to snap. I love this. And the bigger the mountain is to climb, the sweeter it is at the top. And I will climb back up this mountain, because you see, you can bring the whole city of Nashville here to Jacksonville. You can bring whoever you want from Mexico, from Japan. It remains the same. All roads in professional wrestling lead through me.
And that was it. That was it from John Moxley. You know, it was a great match. Great match between John Moxley and Nick Camarado. Great match. You know, Camarado, he looked good in this match. You know, in his first Dynamite match against the former AEW World Champion John Moxley. And John Moxley is always the best. John Moxley is the best on the microphone, in the ring. Everything John Moxley does is he's good at it. He's great at it. Because he's the best, the absolute best. And so, yeah, right after this we had Dasha Gonzalez. She interviews Eddie Kingston with the family, the Butcher and the Blade and the Bunny.
For the first time ever next week, you will face Lance Archer one-on-one in the ring. How do you prepare for somebody like this? Somebody you've never faced in the ring before.
I don't prepare. I just fight, all right? And I'm having a real hard time lately. Pac put me... I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to fight you next week, Lance. I got to move on to you, Lance. I have to move on to you. Running every week.
Uh-oh.
Pac beat your ass. I'll put your ass down. Earth to earth. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. It's a very simple message. Everybody dies, and then it kills you. Oh, yeah. You want to yell and scream? Let's do it in the ring. You want to be a fighter? Let's get in the ring. Shut the hell up. And we're going to fight. One-on-one. We're going to one-on-one. I won't be there. I won't be there. Jake, take your boy away. Boy? Yeah. What's that little bitty baby on chicken shit? Why? Huh? You want to say something? You want to do something? Do it next week when it's face to face.
Whoa.
Without your two monkeys.
Oh.
On one. Walk off, Jake. Fight me.
And that was it from Eddie Kingston. He will be fighting Lance Archer next week. Should be good. And right after this, we had Alex Marvez. He tries to get a word with Kenny Omega. And let's see if I can find it. He tries to get a word with Kenny Omega.
I wasn't at the beach, no comment.
Let's get your thoughts about what happened earlier today at the beach.
I wasn't at the beach, no comment. We were at your house. You were at my house? Is nothing sacred anymore, Marvez? Get out of here.
Hey!
$1 million.
You look at me, Mr. Callis. What do you think? Check
Wow,
out
I
the shirt, check out
like
the
this.
duds, check out these shoes. You like those?
Those are
Hey,
money.
whoa. Hey,
What's up?
what's that in your face?
Oh,
What's that in
glasses.
your face?
My glasses.
No,
that I
take
always
those off.
We got Black Eye from the Bucks.
Okay, look, I don't want you getting upset, okay? I had a little little accident earlier. It's not really a big
You tell me who did this to you. We'll take care of it, okay? Who did this? I told you. That's not.
I don't want you getting upset. I don't want you. Ow. Okay. Sorry. Look. I don't want you getting upset. Just what I didn't want is you to lose focus. Okay. Don't worry about me.
Look, we can make time.
Look, Nick and Matt.
Nick and Matt?
Didn't mean to. No.
Don Counts, are you saying Matt and Nick are responsible for this?
What are you doing in here? Get out of here! For God's sake, is there no problem?
And yeah, that was it with Kenny Omega. And Don Callis with the black eye, saying that the Bucks did it. And so yeah, right after this we had Top Flight. It was a tag team match, six-man tag. It was Top Flight. That's Dante and Darius Martin and Matt Sydal versus Private Party. It's Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn and Matt Hardy, Big Money Matt Hardy, or the iconic Matt Hardy, whatever you want to call him. And so, yeah, we had Mark Quinn and Dante. They start off the match. They were going back and forth with counter, they were going counter after counter. We had drop kicks to Hardy and Private Party from Top Flight. We had a triple team move to Mark Quinn from Top Flight and Matt Sydal. We had a springboard crossbody to Sydal from Mark Quinn. And we had a hot tag to Darius Martin. He delivers uppercuts, insecurities, and a standing Spanish fly. And we had a tope suicida to Matt Hardy. Yeah, a brutal looking tope suicida to Matt Hardy. And we had a side effect to Darius from Matt Hardy. So it was a side effect to Darius, Dante, and Sydal. So Matt Hardy, he delivers 3 side effects. And then, yeah, Matt Hardy goes for the cover. He covers all 3 of them. They all kicked out. And we had a roundhouse. We had a roundhouse kick to Mark Quinn from Matt Sydal. And we had, the Private Party. It was Mark Quinn. It was Mark Quinn and Dante. It was Dante and Mark Quinn. They were fighting at the top rope. And then Isaiah Cassidy, he grabs a steel chair behind the referee's back, and he hit Dante with the chair in the ribs. So, the referee didn't see it. So he hits Dante with the chair. Mark Quinn is stunned, but he agreed to it. He was like, you know what, man, you did a good job. And he went for the shooting star press. He is a shooting star press on Dante, and he goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. They win. Private Party and Matt Hardy, they win the match. And then right after the match, we had Top Flight and Matt Sydal. They try to confront Private Party and Matt Hardy for what they did. And so Private Party, they attacked Top Flight and Matt Sydal, turning heel. So it's a heel turn for Private Party. And so, yeah, they attacked Top Flight and Matt Sydal. We had Matt Hardy deliver a twist of fate to Top Flight and Matt Sydal. And that was it. So all 3 guys, they turned heel tonight. And I'm loving it. It was one thing that they was missing. One thing Private Party was missing was, the attitude, the edge, the aggressiveness. And I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see what happens with Matt Hardy. With Matt Hardy and Private Party. So yeah, that was it with the match. It was a great match. And so right after this, we had the Inner Circle. Not the main event, but the Inner Circle. It was MJF and Wardlow. They're backstage and they talk to the rest of the Inner Circle. Where is it? Let's see. Yeah, they speaking to the Inner Circle. I just had it. Just had the. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where's the video? There it is.
Try to stay back, okay, Twinkle Toes? Hey, boys.
Oh, here we are, Mr. Bearer of Bad News. What are you going to tell us that we're all standing ringside while you and Chris win the tag team championship?
Now, hold on a second. I get the hostility. Boys, I get the hostility, all right? Take it from me. If it were up to me tonight, I'm not quite sure if this match would be happening. And I know you guys feel the same way. But Chris is our leader. And as such, what he says goes.
Yeah, and if I had it my way, a lot of things wouldn't happen here.
Uh-oh.
You know what? No. We've been doing this now for months. Look, I love these guys. And guess what? Whether you like it or not, I love you too, because we are family. We have to be family to succeed. I respect you because you're not afraid to speak on your opinion and your thoughts. But can you please just try to understand, I'm not a sociopath. I'm coming from a good place. I want what's best for this group. And I know you guys do too, right? So let's just go out there, get this match out of the way, and finish this.
Let's do it.
We're not there yet.
Okay. I'll see you guys out there.
That was it. That was it with the inner circle and their little pep talk. And so right after this, we had another match, but this time it's from the women. And it was legit Layla Hirsch versus Penelope Ford with Kip Sabian, Miro, and Chuck Taylor. Well, he goes by Charles Taylor now in Penelope Ford's corner. So yeah, this match, it was supposed to be Nyla Rose versus legit Layla Hirsch, but Nyla Rose, she came into contact. She was exposed to someone that had the virus, who had COVID-19. It was a family member. Family member had the virus, and so she was exposed to that family member who had the virus, and so she sat out. And this match, it wasn't all that good. It wasn't all that good. The match would have been better if Nyla was there, but the match, it wasn't that good. And so first we had Hirsch. She takes control of the match, and we had at one point Chuck Taylor or Charles Taylor. He tripped Layla Hirsch when she was running to the ropes, and then Chuck Taylor just tripped her, and she just fell. And by command, because they commanded him to do it, and so he tripped Layla Hirsch. And then we had a cross arm breaker to Penelope Ford from Layla Hirsch, and then Hirsch, she locks in the cross arm breaker, and then Kip Sabian, he grabs at Layla Hirsch's leg, dragging her out the ring, and then Hirsch, she goes after Kip Sabian. And then Penelope Ford just blasted Layla Hirsch with that pump kick. And so, yeah, they're back in the ring. We had strikes to Penelope Ford. We had a running knee strike to Penelope Ford, followed up by a German suplex and a double knee strike in the corner. And we had Hirsch. He dove onto Chuck Taylor and Kip Sabian on the outside of the ring, getting some payback. And then Hirsch, she gets in the ring, and she took her eye off the ball, and so she get back into the ring, and then Penelope Ford just blasted her from the side. I think she kicked her, and then she went for the cover, and then Kip Sabian, he grabs at Layla Hirsch's leg, stopping her from kicking out. And so Penelope Ford, she wins the match. And that was it. And and Miro, he grabs the microphone. He calls Charles Taylor to the ring, and he wants Chuck Taylor to say that Miro is his best friend now to Orange Cassidy, who's sitting in the crowd. So he wanted him to just say, he said, "Tell Orange Cassidy that you're my best friend now." And then he said, "Miro is my best friend now," and that was it. I said this time and time and again. I don't care about this. I don't care about Miro and Kip Sabian or what's going on with these three. Like I'm waiting for the wedding to be here already. February needs to come already. Let's have the wedding and let the wedding be over with. Have Miro turn on Kip Sabian, and that's it. And Chuck Taylor, on the other hand, he looked like a pushover. He looked like a pushover tonight. And I don't even know what was the point. What was the point of having him as a butler? And what exactly is that gonna do for Miro and Chuck Taylor? Nothing. And so yeah, right after this we had the Good Brothers. The Good Brothers, they attack. It was the Good Brothers, Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows and Kenny Omega. They attacked Pentagon backstage. They were choking them out with cable cords, and they were beating them up. And yeah, we had Kenny Omega. He uses, like, he took off his boot. He was wearing some boots. He had took off one of his boots, and he took the point of the boot, and just jabbed it into Pentagon's eyes, and that was it. So the Bullet Club, they run a rough shot on AEW Dynamite. And so right after this, we had the main event, and it was the Inner Circles Triple Threat three-way match, or the Inner Circles three-way tag team match. So yeah, first off, it was Chris Jericho and MJF versus Sammy Guevara and Jake Hager versus Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz. So yeah, first off, we had Chris Jericho and MJF. They came out to the ring with terrible, terrible theme music. It was a mixture of Chris Jericho's theme music and MJF's theme music, and the music was not good at all. It was not good. It was offbeat. And so yeah, MJF and Sammy Guevara, they start off the match first, and then MJF, he didn't want to start off the match, and so he just tags in Chris Jericho, and then we had Jericho and Guevara going back and forth. Jericho, he slaps Sammy Guevara, and Sammy, he just unloads on Chris Jericho, and we had a drop kick from Jake Hager. No, a drop kick to Jake Hager from Santana. We had a double team move to Jericho from Proud and Powerful. And we had a delayed vertical suplex to Sammy Guevara from Chris Jericho and Santana. And then we had a hot tag to Jake Hager. Hager takes out everybody. And we had a modified power slam to MJF from Hager. And we had a springboard cutter to MJF from Sammy Guevara. And Sammy Guevara, he hits Chris Jericho with a super kick. We had a poison rana to MJF from Sammy Guevara, a Spanish fly from the Spanish Guide to Ortiz. Ortiz kicks out. We had Chris Jericho. He goes for the baseball bat. He goes for Floyd the Bat. And then Jake Hager, he comes out of nowhere and just stops Chris Jericho and just kicks him right in the face. And then MJF, he tries to go for his diamond ring. And then Jake Hager, he just sucker punched MJF. And we had a power bomb. We had a power bomb to Sammy Guevara from MJF, followed up by a lion salt, a botched lion salt from Chris Jericho. Jericho nearly killed himself. He nearly killed himself. He landed right on his head with that lion salt. And we had a code breaker. We had a code breaker to Ortiz from Chris Jericho. Ortiz kicks out. And we had a Hager bomb from Jake Hager. And we had a senton. Sammy Guevara, he goes for a top rope senton to MJF. And then Sammy, he goes for his GTH, his go to hell to Chris Jericho. And then Sammy Guevara, he tries to go for the GTH again. And, he tried to hit MJF with it. He tried to hit MJF with the GTH. And then, he was walking around the ring with MJF and his, on his shoulders. And then he knocks off Wardlow by accident off the apron. And so, yeah, this distracts Sammy Guevara. And then MJF, he fights out of the GTH. And he just rolls up Sammy Guevara. And, he rolls him up by grabbing up the tights. He grabs the tights to win the match. So MJF, he cheated. So that means MJF and Chris Jericho, they are the tag team of the Inner Circle. And they will be going after the tag team titles. And so, yeah, that was it. They didn't even get time to celebrate. They didn't get no time to celebrate. Like right after right after MJF had that pinfall victory, the match, the show was over. They showed the credits, and and we just went off air just like that with no explanation, and that was it. It felt like the main event was rushed. It was really rushed. It was a great match, but it was rushed, absolutely rushed. But it was still a great back and forth. It was a great back and forth between the inner circle members. But yeah, it was rushed. Proud and Powerful should have won. That was my pick to win because they're the only legit tag team in the group. So they should have won the match. But, this win, with Chris Jericho and MJF winning the match, this is one step. How can I say it? This is this is one of the reasons. This is what's gonna cause the inner circle to break up, and that's what's gonna cause dissension in the group because MJF he cheated. He cheated in the match. He cheated to beat Sammy Guevara, and Sammy Guevara not gonna be happy about that. And Santana and Ortiz not gonna be happy about it. And Sammy and Hager are not gonna be happy about it. But yeah, but the inner circle they're slowly breaking up, and I think Proud and Powerful they're gonna leave. Proud and Powerful will leave the group because you can't just have Proud and Powerful in a group not doing nothing because they're the tag team. They're the tag team of the inner circle. They were supposed to be the tag team of the inner circle. But yeah, that was it. That was it with Dynamite. It was a good show. It wasn't a great show. It wasn't a great show at all. It was good. It was good. You know. But yeah, that was the end of Dynamite, and this is the end of the review. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. What are you waiting for? Hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And that way, you'll become an awesome one. And once you hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for all notifications. There's a bell right next to that subscribe button. You click on that bell, and when you click on it, you'll be notified on when my next video will come out. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. Comment down below. Tell me how you felt about AEW Dynamite. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Tell me how you felt. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Comment down below. And yeah. And once again, thank you all for the support. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And you guys take care. Be safe. And this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. And that's that.